Hey guys, it's masatonic. I'm Bilingual Harukist. 皆さん、こんにちは。バイリンガルハルキストのマサトニックです。Haruki Murakami Book Guide Short Story 23 A Folklore for My Generation A Prehistory of Late Stage Capitalism. I really like this work. Really, I really like it. So in this video, I'd like to talk about this very interesting short story, A Folklore for My Generation. And I hope this video would help you enjoy Murakami's novel. So let's get started. As always, this video consists of 3 parts. First, overview, and second, story, and three, deep reading or reading tips from me. So first, overview. This work originally, firstly, appeared in the New Yorker. This is in English situation, the New Yorker in 2003 June, and after that contained in the collection of short story blindwillowsleepingwoman 2007 July. And in Japan, this one also contained in the another collection of short story TV People in 1990 January. So it's a kind of at the middle stage of Murakami's career. Actually, Murakami spent his life in Europe at this time around this 1990. To be more exactly, in 1986 to 1989, he spent his time in Europe when he wrote Norwegian Ut and Dance Dance Dance. And at that time, he wrote some other works, including this one, apparently. So, and what kind of story is this? So about story, this work consists of basically 3 parts, but it's not technically separated as a chapter, or much more just a structure. As a structure, this one contains consists of 3 parts. But first, kind of Murakami's some opening was about prehistory of late stage capitalism, about 60s. Murakami himself spent his how to say young days as a student in college in 1960s, and he called it this era as a late stage capitalism, prehistory of late stage capitalism. Maybe as according to his opinion, late stage capitalism much more itself is applied for 70s, or basically in Japan 80s is a late stage capitalism. So 60s is a prehistory of that era. So it's before capitalism in bloom. So he talked about his generation, what the 60s is all about. And actually, personally, I'm not this generation. I born in 1981, so before, so which means 60s is 20 years earlier before my birth. So I don't know, those of you who watching this video belong to which generation. But anyway, so 60s, not everyone is familiar with 1960s, especially in this case, Japanese 1960s. But how to say, looking back your younger age, or if you are very young, and still you are now in the such a, how to say, younger days, it's very hard to imagine. Much more you are growing up and looking back to your current era is is sometimes very difficult. But anyway, such a looking back and feel nostalgia is so many people have such an experience in common. Well, so this looking back your younger age and write about it, that kind of things remind you such a sense of nostalgia. So this is the first part. And a very interesting point is second point. Narrator, maybe Murakami himself, narrator, and reunit his high school days friend, reunion at Lucca, Italy. In Lucca, he had met his high school days friend. So, and then maybe the Murakami himself at that time, I mean, late 1980s, he spent Italy himself. So maybe, I don't know, that this kind of reunion itself is really occur or not, but maybe something like that happened in Luca. And then when I first time read this work, I'm really interested in this kind of reunion at old days friend at such a foreign country, very, let's say, it's a very long time separated and then very long distance from Japan, but the unit, that's kind of very old friend. It's very interesting. And especially they enjoyed the mushroom cuisine at some restaurant and also enjoyed their very nice Italy county wine. So that kind of situation itself, I kind of really like it. So that's why this is um, always this work is always one of my favorite such kind of thing. Um, of course, story itself is interesting, but besides story, such a kind of another episode or some item. In this case, Luca, reunion, and also mushroom cuisine. That kind of thing, I really like it. But anyway, so second part, they met, and the third part is basically his talk. Narrator's high school friends talk, and he and she means his girlfriend at the high school days, and the talk is the third part. And this third part is also consists of three parts: high school days, college days, and his 20s, late 20s, some night. This three parts. So it's kind of complicated. Basically, three parts separated, and in third part also three episode is contained, including it. And okay, and at first high school days, he and his girlfriend, um, from the narrator's point of view, he and she is a kind of perfect boy and girl. It's like something reminds us a 100% perfect boy and girls relationship. And they are very smart, kind of all A type of students. And but from their point of view, of course they recognize their smartness, but it's they have their own problem as an individual person. In particularly in this case, he want to um, deepen their relationship more deeply, but they are teenager at the kind of prehistory of late stage capitalism. I mean, in other words, 1960s. Especially in this case, she is very kind of conservative. So, and she strongly or believe um, she should be a virgin until she married. So as a teenager, they're very close, but how to say, there still be some line they should not cross. And then after that, they graduate and the college days. Actually, they spend their high school days in west side of Japan, maybe especially in this case, Kobe. And then he went to Tokyo, so very separated from Kobe west side to east side of Japan, very separated. And but she still remained in Kobe, so a kind of very long distance relationship. So in that kind of case, it's very hard to maintain their relationship, and still her has such a hope. I believe it still remain. Uh, she had a very strong opinion. At first, uh, she liked him, but in her opinion, she will not marry with him. She had some kind of plan. She will marry with other man. It's based maybe a few years older than her, and and plus, in the second thing is she will not had a very deep relationship with anybody until her marriage. So which means with him she can't um, proceed that more deep relationship with him. So and she kind but still she liked him. So and she had a kind of offer or promise. after she got married with another person. After that, still he liked to her. He liked to her. He loved to her. She will do, she will do it. That's her promise or her offer. Of course, he totally surprised or shocked. But and then gradually their relationship will come to an end as a 20 early 20 days, and the time had passed, and when he graduated university, he joined a very nice company. But after that, he had quit his company and he had started his own business. But at first, there kind of such a as an entrepreneur, he had a very early days, very struggling days he had spent with, and he almost lost his confidence because he was always very good, smart person, a kind of alright type of person, and entering a very nice university. And after that, he entered a very nice company, but with very nice grade. But still, as a newly entrepreneur, it's very difficult to, how to say, um, make success. So he almost lost his confidence. But at that time, he got a call from her, and now she moved to Tokyo and she got married as she planned, a few years older than her. But and her husband is not is kind of absent at that time, and she gave him a very nice words, kind words, gentle words, and she said she still her remembering her promise with college days. So after marriage, she if he still like her, um, she she will proceed their relationship more deeply. In this, in particular, she will, um, yeah, have a relationship, more deep relationship. She will deepen it. So what he did. So let's imagine if you are his position, what you will do. So that kind of story is this. So it's interesting, isn't it? So in a way, I really like this, of course, story itself, but I really like this work, the kind of sense of nostalgia, how to say, looking back my younger days, and imagining it. So I really like this story. So, and how to enjoy more deeply my reading tips is, of course, with BGM. As the work itself says, the Doors, the Beatles, Bob Dylan, 1960s, very the pop song or, yeah, popular song, and a very nice one. So, and then, but they got so many favorite, how to say, hit tune. But so you can find so many nice songs from YouTube or anywhere on streaming services. So let's enjoy it with music, and also enjoy mushroom dishes and melon 1983 quality Buono. This is a Toscana County wine, and at Lucca, Italy. So now, of course, it's very difficult to travel around the world. But if we, if the situation had changed, and we can, uh, after when we can enjoy such a travel, well, let's go to Lucca, to Italy, and enjoy the mushroom dishes and a Chianti wine. But without going to Lucca itself, you can enjoy the mushroom dishes and Toscana wine. So that kind of, how to say, with five senses enjoy the novel is my way of enjoying it. So I will do it. And the third thing is, let's think about your generation, and how can you storytelling about your generation. So if you are 60s generation, maybe something, this work reminds you something you are in younger days. But if you are not in the 60s when you are 20s, when was your what what is your generation? In my case, late 90s to early 2000s. So in a way, maybe I'm belonging to the very last part of so-called millennials. But so let's think about your generation. And if you write a story about your generation, what kind of story can you make? What can you telling? So that's another way of enjoying the novel itself. All right, so that's all. Thank you for watching my video. I hope this video helped you to enjoy Murakami's novel more deeply. And I would appreciate if you subscribe my channel and give me a good rate. I post 2 to 3 videos like this every week. So see you next videos. Bye.